I turn around, grab my purse, and turn back around to him. He is getting on his knees. Hello guys, it's me, Nikki. Hello. I was not expecting to make this video, but here I am. Hello guys, welcome back. You know, I've been missing for a couple of weeks. And now if you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, you know what has been happening. But if you don't follow me there, that's okay. That ain't a problem. You can still follow me. But if you didn't know, so for the last 3 weeks, I went on a magical holiday with Dylan, my fiance. We went on a holiday to Curacao, then after that we went home for a little bit, and then we went to Italy. And in Italy, Dylan proposed. And like I cannot. So literally everybody on Twitter, on Instagram, pretty much everywhere wanted to know what happened, the story between us two, how things got started. People want the tea on my relationship. Nikki T. Relationship tea. What? Today I am sitting down doing my makeup because that's what I've been missing so much these last couple of weeks, and talking about Dylan and I's story and how he did the damn thing. So let's go. Let's go. All right, you guys, so let's get started. I am today, the makeup look that I'm doing, so I've, like every other beauty guru on YouTube right now, I've been watching Euphoria. And first of all, this show deserves all of the awards. Like, this entire show is truly iconic. I know the tagline is feel something. I felt a lot watching this show. And one character specifically really made some moves, and that is Maddy. And Maddy wore the sickest, rhinestoniest looks on the show, and I feel like it has taken the beauty community by storm. I feel like at one point the drama channels will be like, beauty gurus are sponsored by Euphoria to do rhinestone makeup looks. So I am hopping onto the bandwagon, and I really want to do a Euphoria inspired look while talking about life, while talking about my love life. I never talk about my love life, oh my God. So first we're gonna prime. Dylan, sorry, don't hate me. I don't want it to get dirty. And back on you go. For foundation, I'm trying this. This is by Wet n Wild. This is the Photo Focus Stick Foundation. I've never tried this before, so let's see how this goes. So I met Dylan through mutual friends. One of my best friends, Lisanna, her boyfriend knew Dylan, and I have always thought that Dylan was a very, you know, good-looking guy. And then one day, I remember Lisanna and I randomly texting him for fun to see, you know, how he would react and blah, 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 kind of, you know, testing the waters. And I remember him being kind of, you know, short, like he didn't really respond a lot, and things kind of stranded after like a week of texting. And I'm gonna be honest, like at the end of that week, I was like, this is kind of a dick. He was just not very responsive. And I was like, okay, mister, I'm kind of trying to make a connection here and you are not responding. And you know, random nights of going out with that mutual group of friends between us, and then hoping he would be there, and then he would text me saying that he would come, and then he wouldn't show up. And I was like, this is kind of a dick move. So at one point I was done, and I was like, you know what? Letting this go. I don't need a man to make me feel good. You know, and then months just go by of me living life by myself, growing as a person. And tune into August last year, so a year ago now, it's Lisanna's birthday, and she said, oh, I'm not really celebrating, I'm not really inviting people, but it would be so much fun if you, as one of my best friends, could come over and we could watch a movie or something. And I'm like, of course, you know. And I go to her place, and things feel off. I'm like looking in the room, and I'm like, things have been set up. Like, I'm the only person there with her and her boyfriend, but I'm like, it feels like more people are coming. So at one point, the doorbell rings, and she goes, oh, our other guests. What other guests, ma'am? And before I know it, Dylan and a couple of other guys who are friends with Lisanna's boyfriend walk in, and I'm like, oh, we're doing this now. And I was like, you know what? No, like a couple of months ago, you were such like a difficult person to reach. I am not gonna give you the satisfaction of like talking to you or whatever. Like I was being a stubborn little girl. They start playing Monopoly out of all games. And I'm like, no, you know what? I'm tired, I'm not joining. Let me just do me. I'm sitting on the couch. They're sitting at the table playing the game. And I'm like, you know what? No, I'm good over here, blah, 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 blah. All night, I noticed that Dylan was like looking at me and like we made eye contact. And I was like, wait, hold up, what's happening? You know, like, why is he looking at me? Like, oh my God. Later that night, they mentioned how there's gonna be like a big party, like next week, and Dylan is like, you should come. And I'm like, oh, we've been through this, honey. Like, we have been through this situation where you tell me you're gonna go somewhere, and then I end up showing up and you're not there. And I'm like, oh, we're not playing this game again, sir. So I end up going, and it ends up being at a fair. And there's like this huge venue where there's a party, and like all the friends of like their group are coming over, and Dylan is there too. And I come there with Lizana, and it's literally like the guys versus the girls. And it took them like a freaking hour to sort of like get close to us. But Dylan took his distance. Like, I'm like, is this guy for real? Like, he's like inviting me over, like I should come to the fair. And I'm like, well, okay, I'm here. And then he's like, keeping a distance. And I'm like, what is up with this guy? Like, what does he want? Eventually, throughout the day, like I'm spending my entire day at this fair. Every single hour, he comes like a little bit closer to me, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so cute. Like every hour I'm texting Linda, I'm like, he's getting closer, he's getting closer. So we have an incredible day, and it's really a lot of fun, and it's time for Dylan to go home. And you know, we've been talking for hours, like mingling around each other for hours. And I'm like, this is the moment. I'm like, this is when it's gonna happen. He's gonna finally kiss me. And I remember having a slice of pizza, and he still talks about this to this day. And I remember taking one bite, and the moment he says goodbye to me, he leans in for a kiss on my cheek, another one. In Holland, we do 3 kisses, and he gives me 3 kisses like this, and he walks away. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you know what, Nikki? From now on, you're gonna take a step back and let him take the, initiative. And cut back to a couple weeks later, we've seen each other at a couple more parties, and again, talking to each other, mingling around each other. But every time we're leaving, I'm expecting a little smooch, and I'm getting nothing. And I'm like, what is going on? Why is this guy not even giving me a little peck on the lips, like a just tiny little peck on the lips? I'm like, that's all I want. This is so funny to me. Every single time, I kind of went in to like let him know that I'm like aware and that I'm like kind of part of the party. Like, I'm like, I want to see where things go with him. And then while we're texting, a couple of days later, I'm talking about my manager. And my manager is a gay man, and I love him to bits and pieces. And I'm talking about him, and then Dylan goes, oh, your manager, you mean your boyfriend? And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I don't have a boyfriend. And he goes, isn't your manager your boyfriend? And I'm like, no, Dylan, my manager is a gay man who I love to bits and pieces, but I'm not in love with my manager. And Dylan later on told me that he always kept a distance because he thought I was taken. And that to me showed me what a truly good guy he is. He took his distance. He thought I was a taken woman. So he was like, I'm not messing around with that. I instantly liked him so much more, and I was like, okay, we're going on a date, we're going to the movies, we're going bowling, we're gonna do stuff together because I really want to see if this goes somewhere. I really felt good around him. So after that entire sort of thing was cleared up, that I'm a single lady, we started hanging out more. So I'm not gonna set my face with powder. I'm gonna do my brows off camera. I'm gonna be back in a second to talk more about this very fun story. All right. I went ahead and did one eye off camera because I already have to focus on our story that I couldn't focus on creating an entire look at the start, like at the get-go. So this is the Euphoria Maddy inspired look that we're doing today, continuing this love story, darling. All right, so let's prime. I'm using my P. Louise base. And the palette I'm gonna be working with today is the Morphe 35H. This is brand new, and as you know, if you want to save some money, use code Nikki at checkout. I am going in with this color here, this one. So this is a very interesting color because I thought it was matte, and then I applied it to my crease, and it actually has like, do you see that pink sheen? So it's a duochrome, and it has a sheen. And usually I would never put like a shimmering color in my crease, but today we're breaking the rules. So after I told Dylan that I am very much so a single lady, I feel like for both of us, but especially for him, it was like, okay, now we're really gonna dive in and see what's about to happen. So we went on a couple of like real dates, just him and I. We went to the movies, we went bowling, we did a lot of stuff together, and I noticed one very important, vital thing that gave me such a good feeling is he made me feel so confident and so beautiful and like strong, and like he made me feel stuff about myself that I've never felt before. Like I've always been insecure. I've always been like putting up this like mask of like confidence, but not always. Like most of the time I didn't believe it myself, and he just made me feel so damn good about myself. One thing I also definitely didn't have in my previous relationships was someone who really wanted to talk, or like really want to communicate with each other. He is such a talker. Like he talks a lot. He loves to communicate. He talks about my favorite thing about Dylan. He talks about what he feels. He talks about what he thinks. He came in at the right time. Like in that year, I lost my little brother, and my other relationship ended earlier before that, and life was in shambles, and I didn't trust men, I didn't trust life. Life was dark. It was a very dark period for me, and it's gonna sound so stupid, but I feel like something in the universe made us feel that connection where we didn't have the connection before. It's almost like it's gonna sound so stupid, but I feel like the universe deliberately made us cross our paths again, and I am so grateful that he stepped into my life and kind of took over, like rescued me, because I feel like at a lot of points things got really dark, and he came in at the perfect time. And I mean, you guys can tell because ever since I started like hanging out with Dylan and we eventually started dating, you guys have noticed the change in me, how happier I am, how more confident I am. I'm radiating. I'm glowing, and it's the love. It is love, man. How pretty is that color? I love it. For the lid, I'm taking this color right here. This is called Stilettos. So basically we start hanging out a lot. We see each other very frequently, and everything feels, I know it's gonna sound so corny, but everything feels perfect. Whenever we have like an argument, here he comes again with his communication. Like we talk about it like grown-ups. Everything just feels like it's right. After a couple of weeks, Dylan is on my couch and we're watching TV, and out of nowhere he goes, I want to ask you to be my girlfriend. And I'm like, what? And not long after he moved into my apartment, like things just moved very organically, and from there we grew as a couple and we really got to know each other, and there were no alarm bells, no alarm signs, like all the things fit right into place. And I think now is the time to take you a little bit further in time and tell you about what happened in Italy. Before I do that though, please know that every time you see like a new eyeshadow color come up, it's from this palette, okay? Going in with like a medium brown now. So it is time for our holiday, and we have booked a trip to Curacao. Curacao was absolutely incredible. Like I felt like a brand new person. Then we flew home, and then Dylan was the one who was like, okay, honey, I really want to go to Curacao, but then I want to come home, and then I want to do like an exotic trip in Europe. And I'm like, well, okay. And we went to Puglia I think that's how you say it. We arrive there and it's like we walk into Game of Thrones. Like the place is so magical. But there's one day that Dylan really took care of and he was like, I want to take you out to dinner to this really special place. He's like, it's a restaurant inside of a cave. And I'm like, what? Like, how do we get to that cave? He was like, I'm gonna take care of it. I just want you to know that I wanna take you there. So what's funny is he showed me, this is gonna be very important later on in the story, he showed me a photo of a girl inside the cave, inside the restaurant, and it's like this perfect shot. And I'm like, oh my God, honey, I want a photo like that. And basically, I've been talking about that photo for, like, one of my favorite things to do on a holiday is just get one really good photo, like just one. Like, I don't want it to become like an Instagram holiday where everything I do needs to be on Instagram, like photo-wise. I just want like one really good shot that's like worth it all. So we've been talking about this shot for days. I'm like, what do I wear? Like, do I wear makeup? Blah, 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 blah. So on the big day of going to the restaurant, I wake up and I'm so tired and I'm like, I'm not gonna do my makeup today. Like, you know what? Screw the photo. We're just gonna enjoy the restaurant. Talking about this photo for days, and Dylan's like, sweetie, I think you're gonna regret it. Just do your makeup. I know how bad you want that photo. And he like convinced me to do my makeup. And I'm like, he never really convinces me to do my makeup because he loves me without makeup and with makeup and just in every state that I come. And he was like, just do it. I know you're gonna love that photo. Look who's actually wearing makeup on her holiday. It's me. So it's 6 o'clock. It is finally time for us to go in and, you know, have our dinner, but we agreed on first doing the photo because I'm like, let's just get the photo out and then we can enjoy the amazing food and each other and the view and blah, blah. So we walk in and I see the stairs. I'm like, oh, those are the stairs. So he was like, okay, let's take the photo. So Dylan walks up the stairs. I stay underneath it for the shot. So he takes the photo and and out of nowhere, he never does this. He goes, babe, can you take one of me down at the stairs? And I'm like, yeah, of course. So we switch positions and he stands in front of the stairs. I take a photo of him and he knows that my purse is right behind me. So he knows I have to turn around to grab my purse and then walk down the stairs and then go back to our table. The second I turn around, grab my purse and turn back around to him, he is getting on his knees. I'm like, he's just screwing around until I see something very shiny in his fingers. And I'm like, oh my God, he's for real. Like, oh my God, this is the real deal. I go, what are you doing? So Dylan starts like saying something. I couldn't understand what he was saying because he was kind of mumbling because he was nervous. And then he started crying and it ended with, do you want to be my wife? And I was in total shock. And I'm like, oh my God, hold on, wait a second. I'm like, hold on. And the first thing I said was, are you sure? Are you sure that you want all of this for the rest of your life? Because you're not getting rid of me anymore. And he's like, yes. And I'm like, yes, of course. And he gives me the ring. He puts it on my finger. And I am just in a total state of shock. I'm like, did this just happen? Dylan proposed, I said yes. We make our way back to the table. And what's funny about a cave is that there's no connection. So we really were together, which was so incredible. I tried calling my mom, I couldn't. But yeah, right then and there, he proposed in the most magical place on earth. And he did perfectly. Like, it was perfect. So that was the proposal itself, but the stories that Dylan told me after on how we, got to that is truly so good. Originally, he told me that he wanted to ask me in Curacao, and his plan was to ask me on a private little boat. And then ask it on there, but he couldn't arrange the boat, sadly, so he left the ring at home. What's funny is while we were in Curacao, a follower met me and she was like, hey, my parents have like this tour boat here, which will be featured in an upcoming video. And Dylan was like, are you freaking kidding me? So I'm trying to arrange this boat. I can't make it work. And then my own girlfriend gets recognized by a follower and then arranges a boat tour. while he wanted to propose on a boat. So he was a little bit bitter about that. He was like, that was supposed to be the moment. So then he told me that he wanted to do it in the cave. Like that was his following plan, and he felt like that was a way better plan anyways, which I agree. What's funny is he had to take the ring without me seeing it, of course. So he hid it in his bag that you like put your moisturizers in, like your shampoos and like your gels. And every time I came near that bag in our hotel in Italy, he had a nervous breakdown. He was like, oh my God, she saw it. And what actually is really funny, on the airport in Italy, without me knowing that this was gonna happen, I said, it made me think of Jeffree Star in his Birkin bag. I'm like, what if you put a ring inside of the luggage, like inside of your suitcase, and then like the airline loses your luggage and you lost the ring and then you can't propose anymore? And he's like sweating. He's like, yeah, that would be so shitty. And then a couple of minutes later, his suitcase came onto like the thing, and he's like, oh my God, my suitcase. And that should have alarmed me. It didn't. All right, I'm quickly gonna do my liner using this Danessa Myricks Color Fix 24-Hour Matte Color in the color Chocolate. All right, liner is on, lashes are on, and now it is time to truly make this look euphoric. Get it? And add the rhinestones. I feel like the rhinestones have come back. Everyone has been asking me if I can finally like have Dylan in a video now. And I'm not gonna lie, I for sure like had my doubts of doing that again, because you know, being so public with your relationship, like if you share the good times, you have to share the bad times. And I wasn't sure if I was ready to do that, but I'm thinking, yeah, maybe, probably in the future, you're gonna have to meet him in a video one day, and then we can tell our story, or he can do my makeup. I think that is definitely something. Maybe he can do my makeup in Dutch. Oh, another funny story is that once we were in the car leaving for the restaurant, Dylan had the ring in his pocket, and apparently during the car ride, I put my hand on his leg and I was super duper close to the ring, and he was panicking in his head so much. And later on, he told me, I thought you felt that ring. I thought you knew everything. I thought you knew that the ring was right there. I thought you felt it and that the whole thing was over. Meanwhile, I was just tired and I didn't feel a damn thing. I just want to thank you for the incredible outpour of love on social media after announcing this. Like not that it's all about the numbers, but it's pretty damn incredible to me that over 2 million people liked my Instagram post. So many people on Twitter liked it. Like, my Twitter was blowing up. Like, everywhere I told it, it was going nuts. And people on the streets, like random people on the streets, are congratulating us, and people want to see my ring, and like, the ring. Like, can we talk about the ring? The ring is perfect. For blush, I'm using my current favorite by H&B Cosmetics, and this is the Dare to Be Different Self-Made Blush. That's the color. For highlighter, I'm using my own baby that I created myself in collaboration with Oprah Cosmetics, and it's this one right here. It is called Glazed Donut, and it is the highlight of all highlights. I feel like we really did some with that. So I am applying it on the cheeks today. Oh. Yep. It never disappoints. Like, truly never disappoints. All right, let's line, baby. All right, and then for gloss, let's do Becca G in ColourPop in the color Steph. And that is it, guys. That completes this Euphoria-inspired makeup look for this very euphoric moment in my life that I'm so happy and so honored and proud to share with you. I am now a fiance to Dylan, and this is truly so magical and so surreal. I'm so happy. Without any further ado, let's go straight towards today's Dutch word of the day. Now we can make this very complicated or very easy. I went the easy route today. Today's Dutch word of the day, of course, is for wedding. Bruiloft. Bruiloft. Dylan and I will get married on our bruiloft. As always, if you want to get featured in my next video, all you have to do is leave the Dutch word of the day down below in the comments or leave a video response on Instagram under the hashtag Dutch word of the day. I want to thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed. If you want me to do more story time videos like this where I do my makeup and talk about certain things of my life, definitely let me know below. I love you so much. Thank you for being part of this incredible moment, and hopefully I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!